Um, so I just want to say some opening remarks, and then we'll read through the proclamation and hand it off to our esteemed governors to finish off the proclamation and sign it, and then we'll have an opportunity for them if they'd like to speak on their own and then take some pictures. So the past 4 years that I've been chair of Pride Marianas has been my great honor, especially because it was, I feel like my peers and my community who elected me to do it, and that really moved me that they wanted me to do this. This past year has really been a culmination of so many things going on and all the work that we've done. We were asked to create and to implement a program for our collaboration with the Department of Public Safety, which I don't think that's ever happened in the Marianas, and I've never heard of it in the United States. That was so big because part of our mission has been to be sought after consultants in our community. We want our community to include its LGBTQIA+ members in our decision making, in our policy making, and how we create the lifestyle and quality of life here in the Marianas. And that training was so powerful and impactful to be able to work with the Department of Public Safety and the Coalition Against Domestic and Sexual Violence and other community partners that supported that. I was also a representative at the Festival of Pacific Arts and Culture, which was held in Oahu, and that was especially powerful to be one of the LGBTQIA+ dancers and weavers representing the Marianas on the stage in front of all of the Pacific world. And between that, the training with DPS that was funded by a grant from organizations such as the Australian Federal Police and Fiji, and to be part of the Festival of Pacific Arts and Culture, where I got to see our brothers and sisters across the Pacific come together and represent, whether they were male or female or non-binary or third gender or any number of indigenous identities in our Pacifica cultures. That was so powerful. And it reaffirmed our mission here in the Marianas, in our LGBTQ community and our identities, that we are older than the history that we are so close to. And one of the most powerful experiences I had this year was being able to marry my partner on Tinian by the Office of the Tinian Mayor. That was so beautiful. People have come to the Marianas and to learn and to see all the history from World War II. And that is very important history. It is very close to us. But it is also so recent. It is not our only identity. Our identity out here is older than that. It is more expansive than our relationship to the United States. It spans several generations, and it spans hundreds of years, thousands, back to our Pacifica roots and our identity as well as LGBTQIA+ community. We are part of that from a long, long time ago. And I believe in the future of the Marianas, including that, always remembering that we are not just our World War II history, we are not just our Spanish and German and Japanese colonization, we are more than that. And the Pacific are the leaders of that movement across the world. We, as Pacifica peoples, connected by the ocean, not separated, but connected, are coming together and leading and showing people who we are and our roots. And it means so much that year after year, our governors join us for the proclamation signing for the month of June being Pride Month, and to see our community come out and support that, and to continue throughout the year to provide programming. Sad news for me, I am moving to Denver to join my partner Our careers are taking us to the United States. We intend to come back here in the future. This is our home. And in the meantime, I hope that the community here is empowered to continue the work and the mission that Pride Marianas does for the community. And I encourage you to reach out to the members that are remaining, Ryan Camacho, Dr. Dan Shed, Manny Borja, to collaborate with them if you have any ideas or any programming or resources that you would like to see in the community. Please continue to communicate with them and let them know. If you know of anybody who wants to take on the leadership, we would be happy to support that, and I am happy to also communicate with them and help them out from the diaspora. And I also look forward to being a part of the diaspora in the United States. That is also a very valuable role for our Chamorro and Carolinian identities, as well as our LGBTQIA+ identities. So, without further ado, I would like to invite my colleagues from the coalition, who have so kindly agreed to read the proclamation with me. And if you wouldn't mind coming up to the microphone, I'll just pass it down. Each year we examine the language of the proclamation so that it continues to resonate. We are intentional about what it says. It might not be the exact same as last year, but we want it to represent what our intention is for our community. Do you mind if I borrow yours? Left my Bible. Pride Month 2025 Proclamation. Whereas the CNMI, a vibrant culture founded on the spirit of Inafamaulek and Tipio, has built on remarkable progress to uplift, center, and support two-spirit, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer and questioning, intersex, agender, non-binary, and other identities of our 2S LGBTQIA+ family, friends, colleagues, and visitors across generations, spanning every sexual orientation and gender identity. And whereas the progress of empowering 2S LGBTQIA+ people with the vital work of allies to bridge understanding reflects the vastness of our ocean and expands our rights and encourages accountability for each other. And whereas challenges continue to persist, queer and trans identities ought to be heard and encouraged to lead their communities in greater understanding. And
whereas 2S LGBTQIA+ individuals continue to push our Commonwealth to aspire to excellence in being more inclusive, creating spaces of belonging and exemplifying compassion for every human in every walk of life. And whereas allies across the Marianas band together to support our 2S LGBTQIA+ friends, family, and guests in their fight for their own quality of life, demonstrating the true spirit of all who call the Marianas home without exclusion. And whereas institutions in government, education, healthcare, and other services are vital in shaping relationships among our 2S LGBTQIA+ community, creating an atmosphere of love and value for every life. And
whereas everyone is called to action and plays a part in creating braver, safer spaces that empower our youth so that they may lead the way. And whereas with this declaration, our Commonwealth commits to ensuring that prejudice, discrimination, and ignorance have no place because we choose love.
Now therefore I, Orno I. Palacios, Governor of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands,
and I, David Abamstein, Lieutenant Governor of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands, by virtue of the authority vested in us by the Constitution and laws of the Commonwealth, do hereby proclaim June 2025 as
CNMI Pride Month. We urge the Commonwealth to come together to recognize and support our 2SL LGBTQIA+ family members, friends and colleagues and visitors. Acknowledge and celebrate your many contributions to our society and promote equality and liberty for all. In witness whereof, we have hereunto set our hands on this 3rd day of June 2025.
Would either of you like to say anything?
First, good morning. I want to acknowledge and thank the association for inviting the Lieutenant Governor and I to join you in this proclamation. And we certainly are happy to join you. You know, I know, let's admit it, let's face the situations around the world. There's been a lot of questions about people that are not necessarily practicing the traditional male or female. But you know, those are the things that we need to continue to work on, to educate. I mean, I grew up with folks who are not like me, who are not necessarily like the regular, normal people that we thought and craft in our mind. I grew up with a lot of these people, and it's time to understand and also, like the proclamation said, acknowledge that difference. Those are God-given differences. It's not, you don't get born to something that there are. A lot of these are God-given. So, our community is a small community. We're very religious, and so is everybody. Members of the Pride group. My Pride group is also very religious, very Catholic, very traditional. I have members of my family that are different from me. What do I do? What do I do? Disown them? No. And acknowledge their differences. And give them the space and the time of day that they need to. Give them the love. Sometimes because of the inherent societal differences that we grew up with, what is normal and what is not. There are a lot of times where life is not like that. And so I'm happy to join you today and continue to give you the support that I can as a governor and as an individual person.
Thank you and good morning. I too am very happy to be here with you this morning. I know that we have this ceremony every year. We move around, and this is the second year right here. Several years it's over at the museum area. But anyway, it's always a pleasure to join you guys every year. I want to thank the association for always putting together the proclamation so we can get together and recognize the association. And let's continue to support each other. Let's continue to love each other regardless of who you are. You know, we all live in the Marianas. We're all one people of the Commonwealth. continue to love each other and support each other. So, again, the governor and I are always supporting this organization. Anywhere that I go around, I recognize the two SLGBTQIA plus, maybe next year plus plus, but we love you all. So anytime you need to get together, let us know. We're 100% behind you guys. So let's continue to work together and support our people also. Support you guys. I know you guys are very active out there in the community also. So thank you. Thank you very much for all your contributions.
Jesus Monsitado, governors, thank you so much. Thank you all for joining us. Please take all the cookies, distribute them to your kids and your families and your offices. Bring the pride flags with you. Pride Month all through June, so you'll want them later. I don't want to leave with any pride flags. And please come up for pictures before you leave. Thank you. Team Maginanza.